Okay, holy cow. I just got done with the D&D session and I have to share some of this stuff. So, I'm gonna skip all the main quest stuff because we had fought this, the quest was to find somebody who was, taken by some kobolds. He was taken and to a dungeon, and some guy was hiring us to bring him back. 2,000 gold if alive, 1,000 gold apiece if we brought back the corpse, or the, his amulet. He had an amulet. So, we go on this quest, we fight a bunch of kobolds, hilarity ensues, but this session was absolutely phenomenal. So, this session, we started off, we went into a room, killed some things. There was, this guy on the sacrifice. This is like the end, so you know it's the guy we're looking for. I think his name was Pitol or something like that. So, he's laying on a sacrificial table. We see dried blood, whatever. But, like, there's this area on the ground surrounding him, that's, discolored. Also, there's 5 dragon statues. We didn't know they were dragon statues, but we saw 5 statues, or pillars, or whatever, surrounding the sacrificial, different colors, 5 different dragons. So we are able to quickly figure out how to flip these switches off, or there's switches behind the tapestries that turned off the statues. We're able to transform into like this half-dragon beast, and like grabs a great sword and just rah, and then we have a battle fighting that thing for this mission, because the guy was apparently waiting outside the place where the dungeon or whatever. So after we get paid, we are on our way out. We are being, I can say friendly, a neutral way. He looks right at me. He goes, "You have something I want." And I know immediately it's this gem. So my character has a charlatan background. So I try and con the guy, well, not con him, but I pull out the con artist, the whole charismatic sort of, you know, doomsday sort of vibe to him. He goes, "I'll give you 100 gold for it." I try and talk to him. I don't say yes, I don't say no, I try and talk to him. I said, "Well, actually," you know, and then he goes, before I could finish my sentence, 500, 1,000, 5,000, 15,000. You know, he keeps raising that. I'm like, stop throwing numbers at me. I want to know what this does. You know, because I want to know whether or not I want to keep the thing. Because most of my spells, you know, I'm a fireball, firebolt, all those, a lot of my spells are fire-based. So if this is a fire gem of some sort, I want to keep it. So, let me make sure I'm not missing my turn. Okay. All the way I'm going to get in the left lane. I want to make sure I want to keep it. So he goes, okay, so we keep dealing. He's very straight-faced. He doesn't give us a shred of information. He just keeps feckin' raising the numbers. He's offering me more and more, like, into the platinum numbers. And it's just like, what the hell? So, it's like, this guy's got some wicked vibes going on. So I try and get more information out of him. He's like, okay, look, I have this scroll. This you can use. That gem has more power than you can imagine. The scroll, it still has some power, not as much, but you can use it. So, after some more wheel and deal, not sure, he eventually offers me 1,500 platinum in a bag of holding, along with this powerful scroll, and no information. Eventually we get to where it's like, okay, we'll answer one question for one question. We'll answer honestly, you'll answer honestly. And I want a cool name. Because Will's character asks his name. He goes, "I have no name," all that sort of stuff. Oh, that's my turn. Crap. Well, we'll finish this later. I'm gonna figure out where I'm going. Alright, so continuing. So we're like, you know, question for question. We'll answer one, you'll answer one. So eventually the deal ends up, he gets a gem. Nothing else. Well, and we trade a question for question, honestly. I get the 1,500 platinum, the bag of holding that it's coming in, this powerful scroll, and I want a cool name. Since he didn't have a name, it's like, I want to have a cool name amongst those who don't have names. So, there's that. And eventually, after like 10 minutes in real time dealing with this guy, I say, okay, we have a deal. So, magically, the gem poofs out of my pocket, and the whole time, like, the temperature is getting warmer of the whole area. Like, it disappears out of my pocket, the bag of holding appears in my hand along with the scroll, and the guy just poofs. I'm like, we didn't get our question for question. I didn't get my cool name, but just dude's gone. So the scroll turns out to be in Draconic. Will's character is able to read it. My character's not. I know Common, Elven, and Dwarvish. But yeah. So the scroll turns out to be a ritual. Will's character reads. So we do the ritual, and now the entire party is level 10. We started at 6. This scroll of power boosted us 4 levels. What? That's nuts. The entire party got boosted 4 levels because I dealed this guy a gem. I feel like I just made a deal with the devil. I really do. The guy was shady as hell. No pun intended. Especially because I was going to say a different word and I said hell instead. So, yeah, that's interesting. So now I get to go level up my character 4 times before the next session. What even? And I got a unicorn horn, which I'm really happy about because I'm going to try to fix that on top of my, I've got a staff of command plants that's bladed because a dwarf helped me out at the end of the last quest and like put blades on it and stuff. So I got a staff of command plants that's bladed, and now I want to fix that unicorn horn to the tip. So, because apparently it can pierce dragon scales. So I'm gonna put that on the tip so I can do a little stabby if I need to. So yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about my character. I did a ton of damage today, and I leveled up our party 4 levels. What? So yeah, that was a good D&D campaign. Or I think that was the end of it. I'm not sure, but that was great. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with Ixali. So it was apparently the great scroll of experience, I think is what DM said it was. So I am dubbing Ixali now Ixali the Experienced. This is my grand dub to myself. Yeah. That. So, I'm heading back home right now. I'm planning on picking up Bryn, and then we're gonna go see the Lego Batman movie. So then I can play Lego Batman on Lego Dimensions. So hopefully that'll happen. Not sure, but we'll see. So that's all. I just had to share that heck of an experience with you all. So thank you all for watching me and my magical self, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for you guys for watching. See you later. Bye.